Welcome to my living room. So today we're going to take a little break from, AP Physics. And we're just going to do a little yoga. So find a comfortable seat. If your hips are really tight, sit up on a pillow. Sit up in a chair. Just be comfortable. So, although the yoga you're probably familiar with has a lot of fun and cool postures and poses, really the most important aspect of yoga, or one of the most important aspects, is the connection to your breath. So all I would like you to do is close your eyes and just notice how you naturally breathe. Notice the way the air flows in and out of the nose. Notice the temperature of your breath. Feel as the air moves past the throat. Notice how your belly moves. Feel your rib cage and your chest. One of the base breaths of yoga, so the breath part of yoga is called pranayama, which really just means the control of energy. And it is a 3-part breath, a dirga breath. And you can take your hands or leave them where they are, just simply place them on your belly. And as you inhale, just really focus on inflating the belly. And as you exhale, feel it deflate. Inhale, fill up the belly. Exhale, deflate the belly. Inhale, feel the belly fill up. And exhale, deflate. And just a couple breaths here, really focusing on just bringing the breath into your belly. And you're not really actually breathing into the belly. There's a muscle called the diaphragm that it's kind of if you thought of the bottom of your chest, it kind of pushes down as you inhale, making the belly expand. Big breath in, belly fills up. Slow breath out, belly deflates. And so the next part of this 3-part breath is breathing into the rib cage. So you might take your hands to the ribs. You'll still breathe into the belly, but try to find a focus where you're breathing into the rib cage. Feel your rib cage press almost up and out into your hands. You might actually get a little bit taller. So you're breathing into the belly. Fill up the rib cage. And as you exhale, let it be from the rib cage and from the belly. Breathe into the belly, into the rib cage. Exhale from the rib cage, from the belly. Belly fills up, rib cage expands. Rib cage contracts, belly deflates. Just a couple rounds here, really focus on directing the breath into the rib cage. The last part of the 3-part breath is breathing into the chest. So your hands might come to your chest, and you almost feel like the chest lifts into the hands. So you breathe into the belly, into the rib cage, fill up the chest. Feel your heart lift into your hands. Has to be a deep breath. And we put all 3 parts together. So you can keep your hands wherever is comfortable. Fill up the belly, the rib cage, the chest. Exhale from the chest, the rib cage, the belly. Inhale, belly, rib cage, chest. Exhale, chest, rib cage, belly. If this is hard for you to find, don't worry. It's not that uncommon. But it is something that you definitely want to practice. Awareness of the breath just brings more calm, more peace. Awareness of your body through the breath actually can bring healing. Couple more rounds. Belly, rib cage, chest, chest, rib cage, belly. Belly, rib cage, chest, chest, rib cage, belly. In this particular breath, there's really no time limit on how long you can practice it. But it's a breath you can turn to anytime you might feel a little stressed. Complete your next round. And just take a full breath in. Full breath out. You can slowly open the eyes. I'm just going to show you some of my favorite postures that I like to take just to relax, to feel a little stretch. So one of the, not base, but one of the most common poses in our yoga practice is child's pose. Balasana is the Sanskrit. So what you would do, there's a couple different ways to take it, but you want your big toes to touch. One version is keeping the knees relatively close. You can let your forehead find the mat, fingers reach back towards your toes. Now, if you're a little tight, which is possible, you can just take your hands, create like a pillow with your forearms, your hands, and just rest your head. This might be a little tight on the belly, right? It's going to constrict your breathing a little bit. It's a little bit good to have that. It creates a massage on those internal organs. The other version that's most often taken, big toes still touch. You take your knees nice and wide. And then you would walk your hands forward, letting your forehead find the mat. Again, if you feel like you need a little bit of space, the forehead is like hovering the mat, you just kind of bend at the elbows, create a little pillow with your forearms, and place your head on your hands. And you would take a couple breaths there. Now another pose that I really like to take, I don't remember the Sanskrit name, but it's simply just bring your legs up the wall or like up a couch. So you would scoot your butt nice and close to the wall and bring your feet straight up. Right? Some people like to place like a pillow or a block underneath their butts. They have a little bit more height. And you could stay here for like upwards of 10 minutes. This is considered an inversion. And just relax here. To come out of it, you just bring your knees over to the side, and you can come back up. Another one that is probably pretty uncomfortable, but it's really, really like good for you. Knees to touch, toes to touch, tuck your toes and sit back on your heels. You could start here. As you start to get more comfortable, you would actually just come to stand or sit on your heels. This is called toe stand. Huge stretch in the bottom of the feet. Again, a little bit longer is a little bit better. And then when you come out of it, you'll come forward and just kind of tap your feet on your carpet mat. Don't do it on the hardwood floor. So I hope that you guys will actually use this stuff. And if you want more, just let me know.